Hey everyone, I'm Elf Owls, coach in Newport Noctowls, and welcome back to PAC. Last time I did claim a win against Super Famous Guy and the Richmond Riolus, but it was kind of a forfeit win since we got disconnected when I was up 6-4. My position was strong enough that my opponent just decided not to recreate from that point, and I just took the win. So that is still going to be a solid win for us, thanks to Kiram for its strong performance, and because of the way the win was recorded as a 6-0 victory, I am now at second place in the league, and one of the three remaining undefeated teams going into Week 4. So with that being said, my Week 4 is up against DJS and the 2-1 Tentacruel Pirates. And apparently DJS is the defending champion going into this season, so I guess I have my work cut out for me. Side note, I'm actually not sure what defending champ means. Is that the main league or this side league? I don't know, man. I just heard someone say it on Discord. But let me know. But regardless, point is that DJS is pretty good. I've seen them around in some other draft league spaces too, so it seems like they know what they're doing. But anyway, DJS has a team here of Chen Pao, Galarian Slowking, Tornadus-T, Scizor, Ogerpon-H, Gastrodon, Terra Regidrago, and Terra Mimikyu. So this is going to be a tough team. All those top 5 look like their own little mini-boss challenges. And that's before you add either of the two Terra captains in there, both of which love to use that Terra to buy themselves some free setup and just go off from there. At the very least, though, this is only a 9 Pokemon team, and Porygon isn't real, so my prep can be a little more narrowly focused in on those top threats. I think my top 3 are going to be pretty important, and they look solid in this matchup, but the match will probably be determined by which 3 I choose to support the big guys. Lucky for me, I actually really like the matchup for a few of my lower tiers, so let's just get right into the build. Starting off, I'm going to go with a different look with the team, with the debut of Talonflame. And this is a decently defensive utility set, near max speed to still outrun timid Tornadus and Adamant Chen Pao and revenge kill them potentially, and we have max defense with the rest dumped into HP. This set does a pretty good job of switching into Scizor and Mimikyu and potentially burning them with either Flame Body or Will-O-Wisp. It also switches decently into Ogerpon, but I wouldn't love taking a knockoff or a Rock Tomb from that thing, so we gotta be careful in that matchup. The investment does also mean that Talonflame, it avoids the one-hit KO from any Jolly Banded Chen Pao hit besides Icicle Crash on an absolute max roll, so we should win that matchup one-on-one, theoretically. But aside from what it switches into, Talonflame provides a lot of utility in this matchup. Once it's on the field, there isn't much that's comfortable with switching into the combo of Brave Bird and Will-O-Wisp. Even with stuff like Glowking, Torn, and Gastrodon, which can all tank on invested Brave Birds, I would love to get Burn Ship going on them to help out my other mons. Aside from that, of course, Defog is nice to remove hazards, and Roost, of course, for that longevity. Next up, bulky fire types look so good in the matchup that I decided to bring another one. We have Terra Fire Kingambit. And Kingambit does look really amazing here because the only Dark Resist on my opponent's team, I believe, is Chen Pao. Terra Fire also helps out a lot defensively here. It makes Kingambit way better against Scizor, Ogerpon, and Chen Pao, and it also provides a burn immunity, which helps out against any Will-O-Wisps from the Mimikyu. The only downsides are going to be losing out on a couple of resistances for Tornadus and Regidrago, and keeping a bad tight matchup against Gastrodon, I guess. But that's okay because this is a bulky Swords Dance sweeper set. Sucker Punch and Kato Cleave are unresisted aside from Chen Pao, like I said, and Iron Head covers that, as well as any dark resisting Terras. Even if this isn't a full sweep, I think Kingambit is pretty sure to take a few hits and at least break through something on my opponent's team here. Now, we actually do get to see another debut this week with Tinkatuff. Yes, this is going to be my switch into Chen Pao, physically defensive, and that Eviolite allows Tinkatuff to switch into Chen Pao maybe a couple of times. The only way that thing can 2-hit KO me is with an Adamant Banded set, which has a very, very small chance to 2-shot me with Sacred Sword. If that's all Tinkatuff could do is just switch into Chen Pao, she would be worth bringing, but the utility moves we get are pretty decent for this matchup. Play Rough is a great stab, it should 2-hit KO Chen Pao most of the time. Stealth Rock is just a great button to have in general, and the combo of Knockoff and T-Wave is kind of nasty for my opponent to switch into. With that being said, I don't expect too much out of this set. It's just a Tinkatuff. The main idea is I just don't want Chen Pao to just feel comfortable spamming stab moves over and over again, and this should help with that. Of course, we're going to need other solid answers to Chen Pao, and that is why I have Iron Valiant running booster speed for the first time this season, I believe. And the main point of this set is to stop a Chien-Pao sweep at all costs, whether that is with Speed Booster Close Combat or with Vacuum Wave. Yes, I am not concerned about Chien-Pao. The addition of Swords Dance and Knockoff to the set make this look like a booster speed sweeper, but I really don't think a late game sweep is very likely, since I expect my opponent to always preserve Bullet Punch Scizor specifically for this. Instead, if I force in a defensive answer, Swords Dance can create a great breaking opportunity to open up holes for Kingambit later in the match. If I do find that setup opportunity, +2 Close Combat and Knockoff should be enough to net me at least 1 KO before I'm forced out. So with the last 2 slots, I am missing a little bit of pivoting so far, so next up is a somewhat bulky Sandy Shocks that I'm hoping to maybe switch into Tornadus or Glowking. With some HP investment and leftovers, we can take a couple of hits and pivot around with Volt Switch. That and Earth Power are going to be the only attacks, kind of as per usual. Spikes has potential to be stacked in case we do get into some pivoting wars, and Sunny Day is a bit of tech for the matchup. It does boost my speed on Sandy Shocks, which could be nice to prevent things like Ogerpon and Chien-Pao from revenging me quite as easily. But also, this isn't the only Sun Abuser on my team, because the last slot here is going to be Kyurem, with a sub-leftovers 3 attack set featuring Weather Ball, of course. And that is going to be Sun-boosted Weather Ball for the Scizor. If Sun happens to be up, there's nothing that can switch into Kyurem's 3-move coverage. The ideal sequence here, because Sun doesn't last that long, I'm trying to make sure I set this up well, that Sandy Shocks can set up Sun, probably on a switch to Gastrodon. We would switch out to Kyurem after that, as it hopefully goes for like rocks or something, but at worst it's an Earth Power, which we can take. I set up Sub as it has to switch out of the Freeze Dry, and from there we should be able to break something unless my opponent can make enough smart pivots to run out the Sun, which would then allow Scizor to tank a hit. Even in that case though, we get off a free Earth Power as it's forced to break Sub, so I think if I get this scenario to play out like I want it to, I'm always making some kind of progress. And of course, if Scizor is chipped or gone, no Sun even necessary. I can just sub up on something I threaten out, and then get a decent breaking opportunity from there with modest Freeze Dry and Earth Power. So yeah, that's going to do it for the team. I am excited about this set in particular, but I think my matchup is pretty good. I'm excited to see how each of these 6 do. With that being said though, I will see you guys in the battle. Alright, that is DJS. What do they got? So, Torn-T. Got Regidrago, and I did get Terra types, I'll go over that in a second. Scizor, Ogerpon, Slowking, Galar, and Mimikyu. So the Regidrago's Terra Poison, which makes sense for the fairies, and the Mimikyu is Fairy, so I'm imagining Regidrago was the dedicated Terra here. So I think... Oh, there's no Chien-Pao. Wow, okay. I don't have an amazing lead here. Could lead Shocks. Volt Switch out of any bad matchups. Only real bad matchup is Ogerpon, which I would switch Talonflame into. So, I'll try that. Well, the thing is I want to save Shocks as a switch into Torn. Could just start Talonflame. There's no, like, terrible matchups there. Might do that. Lead Talonflame, just, have something fast. I don't have U-turn, but, like, I'm still a decent, I don't know, decent opportunity to do something in the matchup. And I threaten, you know, potential offense with Brave Bird. Alright, good luck, have fun to DJS. Got the Glow King lead, okay. Alright, so basically I could Will-O-Wisp, or I could just hard switch out to either of my Steel types. This could just be a chilly out though, trying to get some momentum. What would you even pivot into Talonflame? Regidrago, probably. If I bring in Tinkertuff, you probably bring in Ogerpon, and that's not a situation I really want. We're just gonna Willow and see what happens. I might have to eat a Sludge Bomb. That's not the worst thing in the world. I have, you know, another fire type with King Gambit in the back. And this is Chip, right? Key Spikes! Oh. Okay, I'm gonna defog immediately, because I don't want to deal with that. So you had a feeling I wouldn't be bringing a Mungus, I guess. Alright, so basically we just burn and then get chillied out on. That's fine. That's cool. Don't like Toxic Spikes though, that's tough to deal with. High on Fire, this is... Really? Why does this come in? I mean, you can't hold an item. Ogerpon, Hearthflame. I mean, I know you get Rock Tomb. If you're not bulky, though, then I have a chance to one-hit KO you with Brave Bird. This... Is there a downside here? I mean, yeah, you can Rock Tomb, and Talonflame might go down, but this is like what Talonflame's here for, basically. Okay, it doesn't go down. What do you hit me with here? Rock Tomb? Yep. I do go down with that. Okay. That is just fine. So, Ogerpon KOs Talonflame with Rock Tomb. Alright. Could bring in King Gambit and Terra Fire here, especially because I don't have anything that outspeeds you outside of Valiant, which I don't want to pop the booster yet, so we'll do this. Terra Fire and, like, I can Sucker Punch, or I can just predict the switch out. Definitely Terra-ing. The switch could be to... not sure. I do think I just do a count out here. Or do I sucker? I don't know. Yeah, just count out. Yeah, okay, you do switch out. You don't have any dark resists, so this is gonna hurt. That comes in. I'm actually pretty well designed to counter this with Terra Fire. Can't burn me. Very nice. Break the disguise early. Oh, red card. Honestly, I'll take the pivot out. That's fine. Kirim, does Snow stay up? Because that's actually not terrible. Actually, funnily enough, Weather Ball is my strongest move here. That does reveal that I'm probably, you know, it's gonna reveal it once I set up Sun. Red card, though. I mean, you probably play rough here, so I could bring King Gambit right back in. Right? Oh, sure, right? I mean, it's either attack right now. Kirim, my set here in Snow. Play Rush does, it does a lot. So I'm gonna switch. Weather Ball would do a lot to you, but it wouldn't KO, so yeah, not worth staying in there. What are you gonna do? Play Rush. So 21 points of damage, I believe. Yep. so you're not invested. I can... Ironhead easily claims the KO here. Could also just kowtow. Let's Ironhead. Oh no! That sucks. Alright, well that's unfortunate, yeah. Alright, yeah, so King Gambit is gonna KO Mimikyu with the, with Ironhead. And Mimikyu KOs King Gambit with Destiny Mon. That actually really sucks. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna send you out. Don't hate that. Sure. Yeah, that's gonna be the Ogerpon. I just need to be able to take a hit here and retaliate with Hiram. Valiant would have been the matchup to go to here, but once again, losing my booster sucks. You can Rock Tomb, but that shouldn't do that much. I think your more likely move is just to... what is it? Ivy? Cudgel. Which, let me just check the damage. Does a lot, but I can deal with it. I just need to take this out. Oh, come on! Not a crit. Alright, regardless, Ogerpon's gone. That is a threat out of here, at least. Hiram, KO, Ogerpon with Freeze Dry. Ah, crit sucks. I'm already, like, on the back foot right now. Looks like Shox is gonna have to do a lot of work here. Yeah, losing King Gambit like that, I was not counting on that. That really sucks. This is Scizor. Alright. Yeah, I don't have much for this. I'm just going to have to bring in physically defensive Tinkatuff. This is the best use it has in the matchup. SD. I don't think I lose here, do I? Let's T-Wave. I might lose here. SD Scizor is not something I was expecting. I thought it would have to be more defensive. And maybe it is a more defensive set. I'm just going to switch into something that threatens it, though. I think I have to hope for good para. Yeah, this is going pretty bad for me. Okay, you're just going to be okay with bullet punching. Let's actually gauge. That is 60 points of damage. Scizor here. +2 bullet punch. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's super invested. I think it's completely uninvested, actually. Yeah, it is. Alright, in that case, I mean, I could Volt Switch, I get Earth Power. I think I have to just get as much damage as I can. Let's Earth Power. Over half. Not bad. And a Spit F drop. Actually could be nice for Valiant. Alright, but it does take me out. Yeah. Caesar, Chaos Sandy, Shocks with Knock. Alright. Yeah, well, this is going pretty bad. Just losing Kingambit like that, that's so terrible. Maybe I should have sacked Tinkatuff, but I didn't want it setting up more, you know? Either of my offensive threats, I just have to rely on Paras at this point. I mean, Earth Power, that did about half, that's right. So, Iron Valiant. I set here on a -1. Scizor. Vacuum Wave doesn't take it. I just have to hope. Right? Hope for the para. There's not much I can do. Okay. That's good at least, yeah. So Iron Valiant. KO. Scizor with close combat. Lucked out because of the para. I had to hope for that. That puts us in a slightly better situation. It is 3-on-3, but I have a Tinkatuff that's not doing much. This would be you, okay. You have Torn-T and Regidrago. Neither of those are that threatening to Tinkatuff, like, immediately. So I could go out to you. I don't want to... Yeah. Because I don't want to just go down, right, to Psychic move after the knockoff definitely doesn't kill. So, yeah, Tinkatuff, sure. Oh, this is probably where you get your T-Spikes, right? Oh, okay, just a Sludge Bomb is cool. I can Rocks. You're probably chilling, so... I mean, yeah, I'll get up my Rocks, why not? For the Torn, right? That's something. You're probably gonna get your T-Spikes. Yeah. Alright, now I just knock. Probably until I go down. Or Thunder Wave if Regidrago comes in. There's a Colby. Kinda expected that. Focus Blast? Alright. Do I, like... I can't switch either of my other two Mons in here, so I might as well just click Knock until I go down. Alright, I mean, this is... I do not think these misses mean anything, if we're being honest. You have Focus Blast, Sludge Bomb... There's a Blast, okay. T-Spikes, and something else. At least we're chipping this thing down, like, that's kind of cool, right? Your last move is probably Slack Off, right? I would imagine. Huh. Alright, so Tinkatuff actually comes out of this on top, I guess. Are we getting a KO with Tinkatuff? No way. Guys, oh, okay. Well, something takes a knock at least. Okay, I actually don't mind this. I like this matchup. No lefties. Okay. That's something, I guess. You know, I just, suppose I T-wave in case you do something interesting. U-turn makes sense, though. Yep. Probably, yeah. I should have seen this coming and just knocked. I think... Do I just sack QRM here, maybe? Maybe knock off once. Thing is, I mean, I don't think this matters. Tinkertuff's probably going down to any Torn hit that is significant. And my whole team's probably going down to Torn, is the thing. So this doesn't matter. I'm just gonna knock. He might go down to Burn. I do live. And you don't go down to Burn here. I'm gonna try to read a switch out, just in case. Nope, okay. Alright. So, yeah, I go down to the Focus Blast. Not a huge deal. So Slow King and Tinkertuff are both going down here. Slow King KOs Tinkertuff with Focus Blast. And then that's a Talonflame KO. Now I think I just bring in Kyurem, yeah. Oh, it's actually this thing. Alright. That's interesting. I am just going to Earth Power, I think. Yeah. So I imagine, I guess maybe your Scarf here? Yeah, your Terra Poison, I Earth Power. I doubt that KOs, but I am a modest Kyurem. That's worth something. If this is Scarf, I think I just lose on the spot. Oh, no. Alright. Okay, yeah, that is also probably just me losing. Yeah, if I had King Gambit at this point in the back, it would have been so good for me. Oh man. But yeah, just got Earth Power. Alright. Ready Drag, go, KO, Kyurem with Dragon Claw. And up to Valiant, I am forced to Vacuum Wave, which really shouldn't kill, I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, and Ready Drago. KO with Terra Blast. Ugh, unfortunate. Unfortunate game. That, that Destiny Bond Mimikyu, I guess I should have watched for that. Maybe tried to read it somehow, but that's a tough call. Yeah, GG to DJS. That's going to be a 2-0 loss for us. Still doing pretty well, you know. That's 3-1 for the season. But yeah, it really does come down to Scizor becoming a problem after Talonflame and King Gambit both went down. So yeah, I knew that would be a problem when I traded Talonflame for most of Ogerpon's health. I did hope for the KO, but I didn't get it. But the more important thing was that it went down, so that opened up Scizor a little bit. King Gambit going down very unexpectedly really opened up Scizor. And, I mean, I maybe should have lost the game right from there, just because I had to rely on the para on Scizor. But yeah, that's how it goes. Don't think there's too much else I could have done there after that point. I think I played decently enough. Because, like, the only play I think I could have done better in the end game was reading the switch out from Slowkin and paralyzing the Torn-T with Tinkatuff, but that, as we saw, that didn't even go on to matter. So, not the end of the world. Yeah, I think the way out there was to hope that Earth Power would have just KO'd the Regidrago, and then we would have to bank on like misses from the Torn-T, because that thing usually doesn't run a lot of 100% accurate moves. So that was like our only out. But the Regidrago did live. I'm actually kind of curious. You guys don't have to stick around for this rambling if you don't want to, but I'm just curious about Kyurem against that Regidrago. What the roll was on Earth Power. Standard set 70 to 83. Yeah. So yeah, even minimum bulk. That Regidrago is always surviving the Earth Power. Nothing to do about that. But yeah, you know, is what it is, right? Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, it really was a lot of the early game play. Like, of course, Ogerpon had Rock Tomb and Talonflame wasn't gonna KO. I'll chalk that up to my mistake. King Gambit dying to the Destiny Bond. I still say that's a much tougher call to ask for to avoid that. But maybe I should have gone for a Swords Dance if I thought the Mimikyu wasn't that threatening to me. Yeah, I guess that's something. I guess, yeah, if I had to preserve Talonflame for the Mimikyu, then I would have had that to switch in, which then wouldn't have jeopardized King Gambit like that. Yeah, that's probably the difference, honestly. Because having King Gambit without much damage in the back for that endgame with Torn-T and Regidrago, that would have been, like, that would have definitely swayed the game the other way. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you know, still. That's just going to be how it goes. And, you know, we're still doing good this season, as I said. Like I said, though, I have been rambling way too much. So, with all that said, GG to DJS, and I will see you guys for week 5. We're actually more than halfway through the season, since this is a 7-week season. So, yeah, still going pretty strong. Thanks all for watching, and I'll see you next time.